Kyrie's up there. Kyrie's one in front of Tatum.
Yeah,
okay, I'll let you know.
And obviously everyone has, struggles shooting the ball, something that they go through like slumps and all that, right? But game one, fourth quarter, and overtime, Jason Tatum went 2 for 10.
Yep.
Right? And obviously that's sometimes it's, where the ball bounces. He made the biggest shot of the game, the step back three. But I might put more just like impactful. I might put Derek White more impactful than JT.
Especially because his hair. Derek White.
If you look at every main play, the last 6 minutes of the fourth to overtime, every big play he made. Just JT, missed one, spin off wide open layup. He gets offensive rebound, gets another possession. He gets a defensive rebound, he gets a steal. He's probably one of the most impactful players because he does just everything on the court and does everything at a very high level.
So we have this thing called Fanatics Pivot Parlay. It's a 3-team parlay. And he picked Derek White. The combination bet. He picked Indy plus 10.
Yeah.
My bet was Tatum under 29. He had 26 in regular intermission. He went to overtime. You're talking about making plays in the 13. He scored another 10 points, and I can't parlay. I had the team down. But the overtime is out of my control.
Yeah.
Right? So I hope that any of you fans out there that took the pivot parlay, I'm sorry. Blame him because he went crazy in overtime.
Blame it on the pace. Don't blame them. Blame the Pacers. The Pacers up 3 foul with 10 seconds. One, you just gotta get on the ball. Get the ball in. One, and then two, the foul. I would say there was no chance of it. Because once he caught it, he caught it in shot fake. You don't know if he shot fake or not. So once you see him go up, it's got to be whatever happens at this point is gonna happen. So there was no chance for him to really foul. That's when you gotta get your ball. Whether it's a play, 10 seconds left, or one of your guys is just sitting there like, all right, I'm gonna be more physical and stronger, and I'm gonna get him. Alright, so it ain't on you, bro. It ain't on you, my dog.
Fanatics Sports
You need to got it. 26.
Hey, I went on there.
Well, you already messed up the parlay. So they got to do it themselves. They just download the app, Fanatics Sportsbook app. They can win prizes for the finals, but as long as they don't take your advice, I got it. I'm getting paid.
But this is I just want to ask you because RC mentioned Washington when he was there. I know you're a Commanders fan, right? Are you excited about the new regime, new ownership, new head coach, new quarterback? How do you think the season's gonna go for you guys?
So I'm extremely excited, but I want to take my excitement down a little bit because
Scoring fame.
yeah, but I said, because every year, bro, every Sunday I'm out there with my jersey on, I'm watching games, and it's strong. So I'm extremely excited about the team. We got good young players all over. But
I have this point, like into James or Jacob.
yeah, the thing is, he can go. But they got enough to protect him, and they got enough weapons. The weapons are
He is a special operator since he was 17. Him and my son committed to Arizona State together. And he can really play. He's really so I'm excited to see and the ownership. You knew what some of the toxicity that plays, man. So I think that's a big piece of it. But back to you, because you are an Eagles fan.
Whatever it takes.
One making a pair of balance. Love, right? It's in the back. But you need journey that you can. There's a lot of random stuff. Nah, it's about it when you got arrested when I was out like I say yeah, he was like 600. I said, damn. I'm like, oh. It's like you look at the chart. It's like some type of like song or whatever. It's like okay, no, like Scotty stuff. Like London look like nice, Atlanta is. So I'll bring someone up. We'll go to dinner, drink it there. I'll have to drink a little bit more than me, obviously, so I can get a little.
Take a little sip.
Yeah, exactly. We get a little the next day, and then we go. Oh, nah, no, I want the 59. I got the 5712R, and then I got the 5980 rose gold blue base. That's
in my target.
Yes, that's my watch.
Yeah, I know. We gotta get to this question. Biggest pivot. What's your biggest pivot in life? And that would be, if you can look back on one moment, one defining moment, you say without this happening, it wouldn't be, I wouldn't be Josh Allen.
Probably if I didn't go back so well. And, it was the mantra of Christian at the time was, a top 5, top 10, high school basketball, school, whatever you want to call it, in the country. That's kind of where I wanted to go. But I guess it wouldn't be much of a pivot because I still stayed there. I did the 360 pivot. But I think that was the biggest thing, choosing to stay. I think because at the end of the day, it wasn't just like, okay, I'm staying, have fun. It was like, okay, I know this path ain't gonna be easy. Like, it's gonna be, I'm gonna have to live with another family. While I lived with another family on Saturdays, there was a lady named Nikki Bravo who helped me with academics. So I would go from my host family's house Monday to Friday, Saturday, basically all day Saturday, I'm at Nikki Bravo's house. Sunday, I'm with my parents, and then I'm doing it all over again. So it was a combination of that, knowing that the road wasn't going to be easy, but I still chose to do it and chose to go through that adversity head on. And then just in my personal life, like, I probably wouldn't have my wife. I probably, she went to high school with me. One of my best friends, Phil, went to high school with me. Matt, high school with my boy Sebastian, went to a neighboring high school. So if you look at everything in my life, it's all really based on high school, based on what happened in high school. And if I made that choice to go to Montrose, my path would have been totally different. I wouldn't have met my wife, met my two little boys, you know, my brothers, my best friends. So, you know, choosing to stay was probably my, you know, I'll say 360.
It was just fun to watch your team play this year. To figure out how Jalen could get people 50 and just move that slow, put that much pace, get to his spot whenever he wanted to. See you play full games in the playoffs, continue to stack minutes without some of the names that you mentioned. And I think if OG doesn't get hurt when he does, we could have you guys playing right now in the conference finals. When you look at the future of the New York Knicks, how excited are you for what you guys can become in the conference?
Extremely excited. And as a whole, it's either for your fan base, it's either you're good or you're selling hope, right? And right now, that's what we are. We have the right foundation. To Leon, to West, to Ted, that have a passion for it.
Come get me by playoffs, I'll be ready. I'll be the regular Marcus by playoffs. I promise you.
It's a business, you know, OG's a free agent.
I can tell y'all how to get to the playoffs, but I can't lead you, so I get
You know, with all
my body right, but my IQ can.
the direction that this
Get me.
franchise is going in is
Promise
something
I'll be in
to
shape.
for.
Give me all summer to get right.
At a high level for
I'll be ready before the
you
season
know,
starts.
years. But you know, with that
Alright,
said,
you know how I am.
changes us.
I'm doing this
as
thing
we
for
name, that's
hours.
always the tough part.
So we can't let you off the show, man, without making a pick. So who?
Minnesota.
So damn, that's fast.
Yeah. I got Minnesota. I mean, this how they're playing, and I'm not gonna lie. Once we lost, I think it was that night we were at Jalen's house, and we were like, yeah, man, we want Denver to win. The only reason why we want Denver to win, they just won. It's like
It's not gonna be a
supposed to happen. It ain't no news story. It ain't. Boston not winning. Boston fans already crazy. So if they win, they're gonna be even crazier. Obviously, I got love for all people. TJ, Tyrese, OB, James Johnson, Indiana. They beat us, so I want them to win. But Minnesota, man, I think Minnesota, there's too much there. There's too much there not to win. Obviously, the talent offensively, defensively. If they don't win, I'll be very surprised.
Who's your pick? Who can take it up?
I think Boston still won. Them boys can go.
Your team?
My group chat full of Minnesota.
I got Minnesota. We should go to the game if Minnesota makes it, or if Boston makes it. Fanatics Sportsbook is sending 40 people, so I think you can get 20 pairs of tickets to go to the finals. I would love to do that. I mean, you can plug this for your team, Chen, because you're a part of it. All they gotta do is get the Sportsbook app, download, and they'll have the opportunity to experience that.
That Sportsbook app. Yeah, Boston Vikings.
Great. Speaking of New York, you are going to be at the Fanatics Fan Fest. Can we see your pod there?
I guess so. Apparently, I guess it's going to be so. Gonna have to put that in mind. Always been pretty open for me, but I guess now, during those times, I will be at the Fanatics Fan Fest.
So on the 16th and the 18th in New York at the Joplin Center. I mean, AI, Tom Brady, Derek Jeter. Oh, by the way, the pivot.
Vivid the Mannings. Sabrina Ionescu. And what you got, Chen?
You gotta go to fanaticsfest.com, get your tickets. We're gonna be there. We're gonna offer the 16th to 18th of August. Remember, I was there.
Yeah, I'm excited. I truly, I appreciate you. I mean, we've been texting about trying to get this done. I got nervous. I saw you go down. Plan out with just checked in on you. But what you've been able to accomplish here, also through the journey. I mean, starting at Citadel to get to this point, bro, it's amazing. Just look forward to seeing whatever else you have in store in your career. Again, like you're interested in doing, go from Eagle Scout to one of the toughest cats in the NBA. That's a very impressive. Appreciate you. It looks so crazy though. Like when you see Josh, he was scoring. I think he was scoring Scott. I was like, man, Josh lit. And then you meet him in person and you snatch him.
But now we have a special giveaway.
fight you talking about? It's one game, man. It's one game. Don't look good, man. Definitely don't look good, but it's one game.
It is one game, but the past switch completely. So like, that's the one thing I
What is it?
What you mean the hand switch?
there's no mouse hat.
Oh, okay. I thought that was some secret pussy shit you trying to tell me. The first day they lose the Cowboy hat, I'm like, bro, that's I didn't even pay attention.
I went shopping for hats, man. My cowboy hat things on there. I was just trying
I'm glad
to.
you brought that up, Stan. I didn't even pay attention. It's funny. Should have been. The Bears one definitely would have been.
Okay, well,
Cowboy hats, like, oh, got the green on. Look at him. What's good, bro? How you?
All well, man. It's a great week. You know, what do you need all my guys? So 2014. So I ain't like base. I got receipts. 2014 also was the first NBA team to bring me up to the campus to have me speak to the team. So that's my connection with them.
What campus? You had some nigga trying to say campus like the Celtics is a university. Oh, you wildin' right there. When they going to up there,
This is like when they had what was the coach name before this? Not the black dude who got fired, but the other dude, Brad. Brad, what's his last name was?
Stevens.
Brad Stevens. Yeah, Brad Stevens right up there.
He didn't get fired. He the GM.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
So you don't even know what the fuck going on, Jones.
Oh, you wildin'. You on that OJ blueberry juice, man. God bless you.
Yeah, man. They told me, you don't even know what's going on, man. The nigga's the GM, bro. Come on, man. They don't. So what's homeboy name? They
Talking about this is niggas.
Yeah, man, that's what y'all two do. He think it's cool to do this shit, man. Talking about he got receipts, some shit. Like, your receipts is wild, bro.
You got the wrong receipts. You picking up all the niggas' receipt while you wild.
What's the first time we back?
Yeah, we're on to a great start. So, of course, the Celtics beat the Mavs 107-89 in Game 1 of the Finals. Just in general, what did you guys think of the outcome of this game? Maurice first.
Yeah, it was obvious. It was just two things I want to say. The Celtics came to play. You know, that was obvious. And I know we always talk about, taking advantage of when you play at home. And especially with this being like a championship game or a championship series, it was like clear that they came to play and they dominated the first quarter. And when I started thinking about what is called the Mavs, or excuse me, when I started thinking about the Mavs, I started saying to myself, like, when you go into a game and you scheme on Luka and Kyrie and whatever you're anticipating happening, I'm pretty sure there was never a moment where they thought Porzingis was going to do all what he did in the first quarter. And, I'm pretty sure all of the Mavs players was like, okay, maybe Kyrie will save us, maybe Luka will get us going, but they struggle shooting the ball coming out. They struggle guarding Porzingis, and he went on a rip on a tear and come throughout the second, third, and fourth quarter, and it just, they can't be up and about. But that's what you're supposed to do on your home floor. You're supposed to take advantage of your crowd. You're supposed to take advantage of the hot hand. And the first quarter, I remember I was like, man, these dudes just look poised. Even when they was beating them, it didn't look like they was overly excited. It was like they was beating them. Now, Kyrie, on the other hand, it looked like Kyrie kind of took the whole thing personally. But, it was just so excited they got it done.
Man, looking at the game. Yes, right now. That's how he was playing. This made no sense. Kyrie he knows he's supposed to have 20 and better playing against him. And I know somebody, well, he did shoot enough to get it, but and Jaylen Brown, he was guarding who got like I'm gonna show y'all that he know that. Picked his pocket several times. I mean, but I told you this weeks ago, Mo. Are you ready to say I'm an expert at this? Because I told you he was Batman. I don't know if Cam is ready to say that, but Cam gave it up a few weeks ago. But you, Mo,
they're playing with his demeanor. He's out there. He looks like a man on a mission, to be honest with you. Tatum looks like he's
accepted his role. Yeah, Tatum has accepted the role. And to the Celtics' credit, they were playing like a team that lost the championship before. So they knew the urgency about coming out. Like sometimes when teams get there, and that's what Dallas looked like. They look like they got out there and, almost like they're there, but it hasn't sunk in yet. But they'll be ready for games.
Porzingis looked like that last night. Tatum, Brown too. That nigga was shooting nigga, dunk on a nigga. He ripped Luka twice. It wasn't several times. Over exaggerated. But they definitely look good. I don't know why you gotta overdo everything.
What's several?
Several's not. It's definitely more than two.
That's the definition.
It's that. Yeah, Kyle did. What's the definition of several?
Several is more than 3. No, several is more than 2.
I'm the expert.
Okay.
I didn't know that was actually done. I knew that's what it was.
More than 2 if you were
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. I need to start teaching class out here, man. Yeah, look, seriously, all jokes aside, an interesting stat that me and my man Larry was talking about is the Kyrie is like 0-10 since he stepped on the level coach. Now it's 0-11. Yeah, Mason's some superstitious niggas. I don't really
This
know.
shit is so good. This
The last,
is so
whatever it
good.
is, the last 11 games he played in there, he hasn't won. Now,
Man.
does that have anything to do with it? I'm one of them guys, maybe that's why he went in there with the Sage that time. We see him with the Sage trying to get that little juju off. You know what I'm saying? So, that's just an interesting
So
stat.
good.
Stood out with the ball, that's
Man.
one interesting stat that stood out to me. The vertical Kyrie shot terrible. 6 from 19, 12 points. But one interesting stat that I seen was that when Holiday was on, they were plus 20. The Celtics, and when Kyrie was on, they was minus 19. That's a 31 point smack. And that's a real big problem. Everybody was minus no when they was in the football. The Dallas Mavericks, but I'm just looking at that matchup, the 39-point disparity. Luka had 1 assist. Dallas Mavericks as a whole had 9 assists as a team. That's just ridiculous. Dallas had 9 blocks. They shot a better percentage. Said the Celtics, I'm talking about. Important, not Dallas had 9 blocks. The Celtics had 9 blocks. And they almost shot 50% from the field. Only thing I would say, like I said, it really seemed like it was over from the beginning. It was one point in the third quarter where they got the lead to 8. Celtics scored the timeout and got the lead back up to 16. If I was Jason Kidd, as soon as that lead got back up to 12, I would have called the timeout and counter the Celtics timeout because you was down 30. And then you got the lead. That's what I'm saying. If I'm a coach the Dallas Mavericks, you're down 30. Yo, get it down to 20 for halftime. That's all I need. Get it down to 20. Then by the end of the third quarter, you said, give me 9 points, give me single digits. You did that. And when they got to 8, they went on another run, got it back up to 16 before he called the timeout. Then before you know, the league ballooned to get to 22 points. Jason Kidd, and listen, it's one game. I'm not. As soon as they got, let's stop.
Regular, which one? I don't get it.
Yesterday was Porzingis, and I don't know if it's just because he was a little bit fresher from so much time off that his legs weren't as beat as the rest of the guys, but it was Porzingis with the points in the initial quarter. I don't know him, but the mentality definitely came from Jaylen Brown. But I go Porzingis.
Yeah, me too. I would say exactly what Mo said. I would echo the same sentiment.
Porzingis 100%. He hasn't played in 38 days, missed 10 games. Comes in, makes an impact. 20 points in 21 minutes. 3 block shots in the first quarter, set the tone off the bench. There's no question it was Porzingis.
Yeah, he wanted to remind everybody that New York, this is why y'all drafted me. This is why y'all traded me. And he wanted to remind the Washington Wizards.
Why did they, what do you mean by that?
Because he got hurt.
You said this is why y'all traded me.
No, I mean, he wanted to remind them that y'all traded such a great player. That's what I meant. I apologize.
All right. Because the one thing about Porzingis for me is, can he stay healthy? Will he make it through the fucking series?
Yeah.
And I never really doubted his skills, but the nigga can't play for 28 minutes without getting hurt. And this is probably the most he's played, I'm talking about in Boston this year, in probably the last 6-7 years since he's been in the league. So that's really the key when it comes to me, when it comes to Porzingis. It's never been about his skill set. It's about, are you available? Are you not going to get hurt? Are you going to get hurt this series? Not wishing that on him, but at the end of the day, you have a tendency to get hurt every other week. And the impact that he made today, that's what seems like is going to set Boston head and shoulders above Dallas. Now, I'm not counting Dallas out. like I said, they clown and they played terrible. But he made Lively, Gafford look small. Pause. Like I was like, you know, as good as they played in the other series, they were looking little, and he was just abusing them. It's to the point Gafford didn't even get a lot of minutes because he was just making them look that bad. And I think he was really worse at the time. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I was making that statement to remind Sinnum what the Knicks would be right now if they had Porzingis.
I called that nigga. I said, "You miss him?"
What would they be with Porzingis with Brunson?
I definitely called him at halftime and said, "Do you miss him?" He's never available. I said,
I know I fucked up. I should have went over there and helped him out.
I said, "Yo, I hung up on the nigga because he can't answer yes or no."
And then looking ahead, after seeing what you guys saw for game 1, are you guys worried for the Mavs going into game 2? Maurice first.
No, I actually, you know, with Kyrie shooting so bad, and even him not, when he was shooting bad, he wasn't looking to get other people involved. He was forcing the issue. I think the Mavs are going to go back to the drawing board. Like Cam said, even with playing that bad, your coach is still going to say, hey, even in a messed up situation, you still brought the game back within 8 points, right? And I'm pretty sure he's going to go back and say, man, look at y'all energy. Y'all was flat. Like there was no enthusiasm. It wasn't that killer instinct that Luka had when it was the last shutout game against the Timberwolves. Like that wasn't present. So I actually think that you'll get better basketball moving forward. I don't think it's out of me for Dallas. Stay for Dallas. But on the flip side of that, as much as Porzingis had his moment, his day, is that sustainable, right? It's easy for somebody like I do this, right? The guy who's watching Porzingis, I'm pretty sure that when he seen his name on the lineup, he probably wasn't thinking that, you know, dude would have that impact on the game. So it's easy to sort of get off on somebody who may not expected it. And now that I know that you were coming to play, my mentality and my mindset is totally different. So I expect just a more competitive series moving forward. But Boston definitely took the first punch in. I don't think that Dallas was ready for it.
I'm still going with the Mavs. I did expect Boston to win 2 games. I expected it to be pretty much like a 4-2 series. So I'm sticking with that.
And just so I'm answering the question correctly, Steph?
Yeah, are you worried for the Mavs going into game 2?
No, I'm not worried. Listen, Boston has home court advantage. They did what they're supposed to do and went at home. We'll see how they look next game. If this second game looks similar to the first game, it's something to be a little bit worried about. But we gotta stop overreacting because I know this is a championship and it's a totally different series, but we thought, and even though the Timberwolves ended up winning that series, we thought today was going to sweep the Nuggets, and then the Nuggets came back and won 3 games in a row. So we'll wait and see. I'm not gonna rush the judgment, but I will say they need to look much better next game.
Definitely agree. Okay, and then as soon as we discussed sources saying the Lakers were narrowing down on JJ Redick for the head coaching position, there's an update that UConn's Dan Hurley is meeting with the Lakers. What are you guys' thoughts on that?
Leave Danny Hurley alone.
First.
What? You make more money.
Yeah.
So Mo, where are you from? Wait, Mo. Now you showing your biceps. Where are you from? Connecticut or Boston?
You have a lot of audacity asking people that, bro. You told me yesterday that you're gonna find out what part of Chicago you live in. Listen, I ain't even mad at you asking them that, but coming from you is what happens.
You gotta let me rock.
Yeah, my bad. Yeah, my fault. I ain't mean to interrupt. My bad. Go ahead. Yeah, but we over there. This ain't showing your box.
They ain't going like this. They have this team the whole time. Hey, yo, oh.
Well, y'all, Dan Hurley my guy, man. Y'all know that. Y'all know, like this. So if Dan Hurley goes to the Lakers, y'all know I'm a Lakers fan. I'm always doing this. So Dan Hurley my guy. And he's been my guy for the last 5 years. He was the first one to so that's why I love Dan Hurley. Dan Hurley, he really brought me to Connecticut 5 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, whenever he got the job. And he was the first college coach to go against the grain and integrate me permanently in the UConn program. So when they was losing and they was trying to figure things out, first get things together, he took a bold approach and said, man, you connected to our team, and I don't care who cares anything about it, but you can help us. So I'm a Dan Hurley fan, and I think he's going just personally. I know that they said they're preparing a massive offer for him. And I don't want to act like it's a small sum of money, but he's only making $5 million right now in Connecticut, right? And so I don't think that when you look at the range of NBA coaches, head coaching positions,
Damn, man, that sounds good though, bro.
So I can imagine that they may pay him, 10, 12 million after he
I can see them.
back-to-back run.
His family needs to be in the NBA finally, though. It's time. It's time for his name to be in the NBA. His whole family, his father, his brother, him, they all need to be in the NBA. Mom, brothers, sisters, everybody. That family name is huge.
Bring a jet over Ohio and pick me up. I'm going out west with y'all. So I'm rooting for him to get there.
Yo, come on, for real. Yo, put the camera on me for real. Yo, Mo, please. Mo, how did you just make a U-turn from Boston to the Lakers? That is like, yo, that is the crazy. Y'all talking about spinning. Nigga went from Boston to the Lakers. That's his team. That's what I'm saying. Yo, Mo, what is this? You are part of Boston and then you end up in LA? Mo, those are arch nemesis, Mo. You can't be Boston and the Lakers at the same time. You Bird and Magic, nigga? You been hanging out with Killer, yo. You laced, Mo. You are laced. Listen, Mo. Mo, I'm gonna say this. Even when you say LeBron is thrilled about Danny Hurley, even if for you to say Danny Hurley would be good for LeBron, Danny Hurley is a firecracker. Danny Hurley is not going to go for any of those shenanigans. Danny Hurley is going to want LeBron to play the way he wants him to play. Pause. And another thing, I think if they bring Dan Hurley in, this is their way of getting somebody else to tell LeBron, shut up and sit down. Because they don't have to do it now. Dan Hurley would do it. So you remember this day. Remember this day, Mark. What day is this? June 7th, right? I want you to remember this day. If they get Dan Hurley, they're going in a different direction. Remember I told you? I don't care what nobody else. Yeah, because you know how Dan Hurley is. Dan Hurley wanted the game to be played the right way. He's from the Hurley family. Bob Hurley Sr. That's all people that want the game played the way it is supposed to be played. And not that LeBron doesn't. LeBron is a phenomenal athlete. But that whole running the team while you're a player, that will not fly with Dan Hurley.
No, I agree.
You agree with that? Okay, so you back. You back. It's hot and wall.
I'll say this, from being around Dan Hurley, he's not going for that shit. He does this, he's not a favoritism guy, he's not putting a bunch of...
I would love for him to be my
He's a man's
coach.
man, and he's old school with his approach, and his father is always around him, so you get a lot of that old school vibe from the father and just how they treat the game. They love basketball, and you are 100% correct that they maybe use Dan Hurley to send a message to LeBron if they can pick him up.
Yeah. He's on killer now.
First of all, Leah hanging out with me is crazy. That's wild. You know how the Cowboy had the day. It's that just reminded me. I don't even pay that no mind. I don't even pay that anymore. And then I can't even be mad at Mo because this is what goes on all year from other people on this panel. Not me. But they switched up all year so you feel it's okay to do what you just did, which is fine.
Don't look at me.
Yeah,
This your friend.
What's your friend?
You want to be looking the way you yesterday? Go ahead. That's your friend.
Both of y'all just switch up. I'm Miami, but I just gotta say Boston and so-and-so, just what you say. You pick the Timberwolves, but you come in with a Dallas Maverick hat on. Now Mo got on green, but do muscles for the Lakers. It's ridiculous. It's all over the place. It's really wild.
You got on green, but do a muscles for the Lakers.
Somebody was now the most loyal is Stat, but she veers off and she got on a whole Baltimore Raven jersey on, like it's all wild.
I know how it looks, but explain that.
Their father was cool with it, then I'll be cool with it. Was he cool with it, your father? Exactly, so I think can't even get dad was mad. Mo, what I'm more mad about is this is your guy, this is your homeboy. Why didn't we get this information first? We should have had to drop on this before anybody else says that's your man.
What?
I said, yeah, it didn't rain.
No, I did a little drizzle. Like, it did a little, yeah. Well, I mean, California, yeah, it rained good.
You getting flued out?
We used to Connecticut rain, my bad.
We're not the first person with this information, and that's supposed to be your niggas. But we play a second fiddle to our sports show.
This
They
nigga
really might
said,
get Dan Hurley.
yo, yeah, but they said, Maurice Correct comes up when it's something The Lakers. He's like, what kind of shit is this?
Traitor. That's a traitor.
Because of Dan Hurley, though. He said he, he said that
They
boy.
get Dan. I ain't gonna hold you.
He was there because I gotta be the
Yeah.
player. He did say his team was
I could for him. Yeah.
That's what I said.
What's so fun?
Anyway,
They said $8 million a year.
That's crazy. Yeah, he need to do it. He need to do
We
that.
should have got this information before anybody else spoke. As far as Danny Hurley going to the Lakers, I actually hope he doesn't. I mean,
It's gonna be him and JJ.
Like Leonardo DiCaprio when he said, "I'm not leaving."
Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah, he said, "I'm not leaving." I
Thought about it.
yeah, I hope that's exactly what he does. My personal opinion, but
Why do you hope that?
I think he's a good coach. I'm not saying he can't be a good NBA coach, and I'm not saying he hasn't. You know, he goes from high school to mid-level college to rebuilding UConn, and maybe he's climbing the ladder that he wants to be. But some people have the perfect personality and perfect situation. I think he has both the best personality for UConn and their winners, and they're saying they have the best chances to repeat.
Yeah. And if he 3-peat on the college.
Right. So at the end of the day, I know you'll make more money. I know you're going to sit there and say, I'll try the NBA. Because one thing about it, let's say it doesn't work out with the Lakers in a couple years. He may not be able to go back to UConn, but he'll be able to get a job somewhere. Somebody could definitely fucking hire him. They ain't like he's going to be unemployed. So I wouldn't be mad if he took that opportunity. He's an East Coast, Jersey City. Connecticut's not far. What I've been hearing, his family's still in Jersey. They go to the games in Connecticut. This will be a big move for him. And maybe he's ready to do that. I don't know if he's at this like personally, but me personally, I would like to see him stay and continue what they got going on in Connecticut. But opportunities like this don't come along every day. And when it goes to Lakers and LeBron James, a big deal. I feel sorry for JJ Redick because I know JJ doing the X's and O's on the podcast. He thought this shit was locked in.
You can be a sister. You probably need to start that way.
I thought Braun said he's the voice. I thought we had a camaraderie. I thought shit was going on. I thought, nigga, Rob, Blake on some shit that ain't even me. You know, Rob, that's Rob. I ain't got nothing to do with that. That's Rob and Gene and Kurt Ramsey. That's something. That's my opinion. Because listen, I'm not saying that LeBron has anything to do with this, but I know he was asked about it. Whether he has the final decision or not, I would say no, but I know he was asked about it. Now, I don't see him being this. Look, he has a meeting with, and I'm talking about Danny Hurley this morning with the Lakers, and we'll see what happens from there. But I would say, if I had to guess, LeBron gave his 2 cents and was like, yeah, I ain't really feeling the whole way I'm making it look good for the pod and all that, but I ain't really gonna come to
I ain't like his answer.
Yeah, I ain't really feeling
I ain't like his answer.
But no, y'all, so we can keep the pod going on that.
JJ Redick ain't gonna go for that.
What are you gonna do?
You went out of the podcast.
He went out of the podcast.
My boy JJ ain't going for that.
I actually still kind of feel the opposite. I still kind of feel like it's a ploy. I feel like people were like, okay, this looks too calculated. Let's just throw somebody else in the running. Obviously, Dan Hurley's more than qualified to be the coach. I still think it's one of those things. Because even recently, in an interview, JJ Redick people were asking him about, him being in the running, and he was just like, look, all I'm worried about is going to the NBA Finals right now, taking it one day at a time. Like, that was his type of answer. So I just feel like, okay, let's let him focus on the finals. We're going to have somebody else for an interview, but I still kind of feel like that's kind of the setup for that. But before we go to break, basically my last question surrounding this topic is, who do you guys think would be the better fit for the Lakers head coaching position, JJ Redick or Dan Hurley?
You know what Mo
Dan
wants to say.
Hurley,
Go ahead, Mo,
sorry.
you first. Pause.
Yeah, but I give
JJ might be a little bit more relatable,
I
but
sat there and seen,
his
JJ
resume
Redick
is
do
crazy
podcasts
for
with LeBron.
Dan Hurley.
It looked like somebody who looked at somebody else like their peer more than somebody that they should have authority over. And I don't know if everybody's seen it, pretty sure if they've done it, it doesn't look like a podcast, it looks more like a continuous interview and admiration for LeBron. And I just don't think that you can lead people or get the respect from others if you can't do that. Now, with Danny Hurley, he's an old school basketball coach, and with LeBron being a historian and a guy who respects the game, I think that there will be like a natural reverence. And I think like Dan Hurley's demeanor will allow LeBron, I don't want to say let him lead him, but he will allow Dan Hurley the space to do himself. So that's why I would say Dan Hurley and not JJ Redick. I just don't think that he just has the authority over somebody like LeBron. Maybe if those other guys were on the team with LeBron was in there, maybe JJ Redick may be the guy, but for this one, Dan Hurley, just from the age dynamic.
Yeah. Before this, I was really hoping that JJ Redick do get the job, but now when I think about another
another white boy. This is another qualified white boy that can really do the job. And I think, cause when it comes down to it, like you said, he'll garner more respect from LeBron, but he'll also be able to make those other players better. This is probably the way they transition the team out of LeBron's hand to AD and to whoever they're going to pick up in the offseason. I think that's truly what this is about. And bringing in Danny Hurley, because any other coach is going to keep it still about LeBron. You can almost guarantee that Danny Hurley won't do that. I mean, just knowing the basketball players that he is.
But to LeBron's credit, to be honest with you, he said this verbally, bro, that they need to think about coaching beyond him being there and worrying about what AD wants to do, because he may be there another 1 or 2 years. He said the coach that they'll hire now, I would love to get along with him and have a great relationship with, but y'all need to worry about a long-term coach for the next decade or so, and that's what they should focus on. That's what he actually said.
Yes, Lord.
And Maurice, did you have another point for?
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, one thing that these and this is in football too, but when I think about Dan Hurley, one thing that I think that will impact him or any other coach, every college coach, when they try to go from the collegiate ranks to the professional ranks, they don't have the same authority over guys who make more money than them or just are rich in general. You know what I'm saying? And I asked myself, I said, when he's at the collegiate level, he has all the authority over the college kids, and he makes them play as hard as he wants to. He can be as intense as he wants to, and those guys will follow suit. And I wonder if he could be the same guy in a professional locker room when you have guys who make 60, 70, $80 million a year. And I think about that a little bit too. I wonder if that goes into his decision making on, do I want to sign up for all of these divas when I'm just an old school basketball coach who just enjoys the game?
Well, Rick Pitino did a great job at it. Brad Stevens, not so much, but I mean he did good, but not as well as Rick Pitino did. And who else did that?
Rick Pitino did.
When he was coaching Boston?
How far they go? I'm just asking. I remember.
No, they didn't go that far, but he cultivated a lot of new talent. That's what.
Did Brad Stevens go further than him?
Yeah.
So how Brad Stevens linked to that what Rick Pitino did?
Because he developed better talent. We got Paul Pierce. We got Anton Walker. A lot of good players coming.
Brad Stevens got niggas in the chip right now with the talent he developed.
You want to say that's his talent?
He was coaching him this whole time.
Yes, he
just
was.
started
That was his talent.
2 years.
Brad Stevens. Let's go back. Let's go back. Who else? Let's go back. Because I think when Hayward was there, who was coaching when Hayward was there?
Brad Stevens.
Brad Stevens.
Maybe let's
Yeah, they had to get Brad Stevens out of there for Jaylen Brown and them to start playing as good. Jaylen Brown was not playing as good with Brad Stevens.
So them niggas was good, man.
No. Keep the quote that I just said.
Okay.
Jaylen Brown was not playing that good with
How
Brad
he gonna
Stevens.
be playing that good? He was only in the league like 2 years. It's like his
Exactly.
6th year. Of course he's playing much better. He ain't coming like LeBron, nigga.
Well, so the comment is about Rick Pitino. Rick Pitino came in and got Paul Pierce jumping from the jump.
Let's do the homework.
Yeah. You do the
Paul
homework. I
Pierce
already
is
know.
different type of player.
You already do. You do the homework. I already know. Yeah, since you want to listen to
That's
the expert,
California,
go ahead. This is what I got to do right now, you know?
I want to make sure Rick Pitino, let me do my own homework. Let me do it right now. I'm not even going to wait for Sam.
Pitino might not even been coaching that team.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You just saying anything. Now that you see I'm going to do the homework, Daddy, I'm not been coaching that team. Nigga trying to hit me with the 52. Yeah, I ain't waiting no step.
Yeah.
97 to 2001. Paul Pierce came in 1996. I believe. He came in 98. Paul Pierce. Nah, bro, come on. Trying to catch me. You thought you had one too. You thought you had one, man.
Who was this coach?
Who?
Who was Paul Pierce coach?
No, when he first got there, I was his coach, man.
Who was this coach?
No, Rick Pitino.
All right, then I rest my case.
No.
I said when he came in, he got him jumping from the jump. Ain't that what I said? Come on, Nick. Pull the take back. You know, Killer. I said he developed better talent, right? Killer said who went further.
Paul Pierce got stabbed up. He couldn't even really play the first year. So, you want to be technical, I ain't want to get into all that. I ain't want to get it all off the court shit. Can you stand up? It's a fact. That's that.
Who else was it? McCarty? It was a lot of talent. Hey, huh?
When they won.
Yeah, when they went, I said develop the talent. Keep my words correct. My words correct now, PT. No, you did set for life.
Who else? Who else on that team?
It was Paul Pierce, Anton Walker, McCarty. Remember he came from Kentucky and brought a lot of the dudes from Kentucky with him. And they did well. That's what we're talking about. Tony Delk. I mean,
Yeah, about Tony Delk. I like Tony Delk.
okay, you know you talking to the Saurus, man. It ain't nothing I don't know now, champ. Go ahead, Stat, save him.
Save him?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, the players named for Kentucky, Tony Delk, Antoine Walker, but I'm just confused on the point you're trying to make. That's why I'm like, you're like, searching, I'm like, what are we?
I was talking about when we started, the origin of the conversation was about when we was talking about the Lakers and about Danny Hurley will be better to develop the talent moving forward. So then I said, like Rick Pitino did in Boston. So then he said, but they won more with Brad Stevenson. That was the point. My point was that if they're going in a new direction, developing new talent, you would be the person for us.
So he developed Kenny Anderson.
That came.
He developed Antoine Walker, Ron Mercer, Bruce Bowen, Tony Battle.
Tony Battle.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Sound like
Tony Batiste.
Name two niggas. Name Kenny Anderson. They developed Kenny Anderson.
No, Kenny Anderson didn't do well. He was one of the 5 that didn't do well.
Antoine Walker came like a year after.
That's my nigga, but that's the point. Is he helping niggas? Is he coaching niggas who's already developed? That's the point. Why already developed?
I get some of the shoulder. They were.
Not good enough, but they was pretty good, but they're not.
They didn't get the chance.
That means you're taking somebody who's probably younger and making them into a better player.
Yeah.
And what I'm saying is, when you're the intro, that's the question. 96. So I'm gonna give you intro Walker, Ron Mercer, and Paul Pierce. I agree with that. All these other niggas, Kenny Anderson, everybody else done, they didn't look like they could level. Now I want to know Rick Pitino's record that year. 98. What was the Boston Celtics record? Matter of fact, let's just Google Rick Pitino's record with the Boston Celtics. Let's be able to do this. Since we
No, I didn't say he win the championship. We know he didn't win the championship. We said develop the talent.
Record in 98 is 19.
when he developed.
He was 102 and 146 overall.
When he's developing.
Yeah, I didn't say he was out there developing talent.
102 and 146 don't sound good. That's why they got him out of there. But I digress.
Yeah, I'm talking about Danny Hurley taking a young talent and making them better. Not winning a championship. That's not what I'm saying.
If he goes 102 and 146, he'll be out of there too.
He wants to put in.
But that would leave something like when he developed. That's what you're saying.
I'm saying sometimes, like when certain players, just like them, they didn't score no points, but this was a development year for Wemby. They didn't care about the year. They want to make sure that he's great for the future. Just like Paul Pierce, even though he was in all of that failure, he ended up taking that team to a lot of other great moments because they let him grow even at their point of losing. That's the
You're
best.
saying when Paul Pierce came into the league, he got the same potential rookies there.
No, I'm saying when you let a player play, like let's say you go to a team, Killer goes to this team is only winning 10 games, but we still letting him rock because he's going to turn this into a franchise, and we got to go through this year of him losing, but he's getting better. No different than Ja did, no different than LeBron did his first year. He lost, but he didn't lose no more after that, and allowing him to grow, that's development. Like being patient while we're losing, but he's getting better game by game because he's the one who built the whole franchise. That's what I'm saying.
I think that's the GM because if they kept it like that, they would say, look, we understand what's going on. Like, Popovich is not going to get fired. Rick Pitino can't figure this out with Paul Pierce and he's leaving. You're leaving. So, I don't think it's the difference when it comes to coaches. Certain niggas is gonna get fired, and certain niggas are just not.
No, Danny Early, if he does that, he will get fired as well, but he will develop the talent. Those two are both.
Two days.
Okay, so we can always revisit this because I think it's great we don't debate on their discussions. But in the comments, let us know who you guys think should be the Lakers' next head coach. We're gonna go to break. When we return, we will discuss the Tank versus Frank next week.
Can you tell us a little bit more about that? I mean, is there?
I was trying to private gentleman. I know the shop and send it to him. Make sure he hold on. Send it to him. Down the West. We order some shirts and everything else. But I'm like some chicks out there.